If you guys enjoy these videos, if you guys like the work I do, please consider subscribing to this channel and liking this video. You could watch the whole video and then consider liking it, or if you're a returning viewer, you know already what to do. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So, today's upload is going to be about the long range yet again. You may be wondering, why am I doing a long range 2 days in a row? Well, last time I updated you about mainly like the big storm, the potential for like that big snowstorm. Not even snowstorm, more like a rainstorm. But the pattern change that will occur after that storm, I really want to talk about that one this time around. I mean that snowstorm, or that pattern change, sorry, could be really significant and lead to a lot of troubles. The temperatures will be dropping like a rock throughout those days where it cools off, and I mean it could be like the first true taste of winter across the US. And we've been having tastes of fall, late fall, but this could be like very, very cold. So let's just jump right into this. This is the latest GFS model run, the 18Z, Tuesday, October 15th, so it came in at around not that long ago, but I'm recording this as of 8:20 p.m. The 15th of October. This will be uploaded on the 16th, early on in the morning. Again, this is in long range, so it should not change too much. It should rather be, the same information and nothing too significantly different. So, one day won't make a difference. If we're talking about a snowstorm, or let's say if there was a nor'easter going on across the United States right now and there was a difference, I mean, at 12 hours, 2 hours could really make a difference when it comes to a situation like that. But in terms of something like this, not really, because the models have been really consistent with this. So look, now we have a nor'easter, and this system will leave quite a bit of rain and precip behind. I mean, it will be actually fairly quick hitting. Some of the models have it really out of the northeast by the end of this is Thursday, so by the end of before Thursday even starts. So yes, this is actually showing around 2 o'clock in the afternoon Thursday, but the GFS likes to overhype things, or at least show them a greater value than they actually are. Look at this. I want to show you the HER model. So this is the HER high resolution rapid refresh, and I will talk about the pattern change, you guys, don't worry. I just want to quickly focus on this. Look at that. So let's look at something like let's look at New York City, big city. Look at that. So right there, 21st Z Wednesday, it has it arriving pretty early. They're saying for those areas to be witnessing rain mainly Wednesday night, but according to this, 21Z Wednesday could be actually, what time is that? That's 5 hours back from 9 o'clock, right? Because 23, yeah, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It starts raining in New York City. And look, so 1 hour of rain, 2 hour of rain, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then around the 8th hour it would be out. So yes, it's 8 hours, but it's not gonna be like a 24-hour or 36-hour event like sometimes we see with nor'easters in terms of snowfall. This is obviously rain, so it'll be much more quick and intense, and will lead to more precip than a snow event would over 36 hours. But the thing is, the rain will be heavy and falling at pretty good rates, so that could lead to quite a bit of flooding. But let's talk about the pattern change that's occurring. So we see this big storm, it moves on. We see actually a nice warm-up, guys. Notice also how there could be a tropical system across the Gulf Coast. This could be leading into states like not really tropical system really, but I mean it has a lot of energy, and this could be this weekend, so that could lead to quite a bit of rain for the southeast. So if you live in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and South Carolina, and you are in a drought, I've gotten quite a few comments from the mid-Atlantic talking about the dryness, but I think as well as the southeast have been pretty dry. Look, that could bring quite a bit of precip, so that's nice. Now here's that big storm that could occur. You could see now it's a little bit smaller. It doesn't really have as much precip as the other models are showing it to have, but notice it still has that nice cold front. It's a well-developed system, but there's just really not enough cold air to work with it to produce snow until it's like in Canada and only clips parts of Minnesota. But again, very heavy rain for a northeast possibly with this. Look at that. So if you live in the mid-Atlantic, Atlantic, and I know people have been struggling with the drought there. It's been very dry, and look at that, more precip is on its way, so that's good news for you guys. There's a modest cool off after this. Let's look at some of the 2-meter temperature anomalies. You can see there are some blue colors. This is not the main pattern change we're talking about. Let's go back to the MSLP and precip, and let's take another look. We see another system moving up towards the north. This is moving through the provinces of Canada, like basically straddling the border between the US and Canada, eventually moving a little bit further north. This beast may not be too strong, but I call it a beast because the pattern change it brings to the United States is just ridiculous. So, okay, look, we could see another similar storm like we're seeing right now. You could see right there another possible nor'easter, but look at this chill right here. If you notice that, that's a 540 line. The 540 line is where typically the 32-degree air temperature is, and usually it's a little bit further up to the north of this, but this is a good indication of where kind of the rain could change over to snow. And look, this is pushing into Alabama, Georgia, so that's a very big trough in a jet stream, and you can see that out ahead of it, kind of in that jet streak area where the winds aloft are very strong and powerful. This low could really intensify and form into a really big system yet again for the Northeast. This would bring very heavy rain. You can see indicated by the yellows and oranges across the Boston area and New England, so that is definitely something you'll have to keep an eye on for. It's very far out, but with these troughs we often see, I mean, look, it literally comes from nothing. It's a cold front that is just sagging its way across the south. It's like a highway for these systems. Look at it. This storm gets on like the other side of the trough, and the one that starts lifting it up to the north, and look, it just speeds off and produces lots of rain for the northeast. And then look at the cold behind it. Like, I mean, this is just really. I'll show you the 2-meter temperature anomalies in just a minute, because maybe some people, this may not do justice, but I'm telling you right now, these are blue colors, and then as soon as we think it'll warm up, we could see a snowstorm across the Midwest, bringing even more cold air. So, we're getting into a very active pattern. This could be a record-breaking cold for some locations if this were to actually occur. So let's look at this. Let's go through, let's look at that. So right now we have that little storm that's going on. Wait, where is it? Right there. We see that nor'easter, and then right behind it we see very chilly air. Again, this is actually like 6 to 12 to 16 degrees below average in terms of Celsius. This would be very significant. And look, it may seem like, oh, there's not much up to the north. This will just pass by and kind of, go its way. Look, it just keeps dragging and dragging and dragging, and another blast behind it. And it seems like the southwest will be the warmest at this time, and maybe parts of the extreme northeast, because of that nor'easter bringing in an influx of very warm air off the Atlantic Ocean. That could bring quite a bit of warm temperatures there, but eventually the chill will definitely get to them, and possibly even produce some snow for those locations in the northeast. There are some early indications of a few snowstorms, but look, the southwest very steamy and warm. And if you look at my winter forecast, this is kind of exactly what I forecasted. You can see northwest once in a while getting on that chill, the southwest mainly staying on the warmer side. So it's gonna be interesting to see what exactly happens, but overall it's very exciting in my opinion. Let's look at some of the GEFS ensembles. This is basically a bunch of GFS-like models that are in a family, and they're put together to see what they could do that's different from the GFS or similar to the GFS, because the GFS isn't too trustworthy by itself. So we see the same conditions what the GFS is showing, a warm up out ahead of that big storm on Monday next week. That brings a modest shot of cool air. You can see right there, pretty modest. That's like that, not the too severe one. Then we see that nor'easter bringing warm conditions across the northeast, and again possibly pounding them with heavy rain. But then look at this, this cool off, and again the GFS ensembles just show it there for a very long time, with the southwest being excluded out of this. Really being the only one that doesn't experience some of the chill. So this is exciting in my opinion. I think that this will be groundbreaking, as this could really be kind of like that transition from, from fall to winter for many of the northern states. I almost said countries. For the northern states. And, for the past couple of days, we've been seeing a transition into fall across the south, as finally the 90s and the very extremely hot Hades-like temperatures have ended across the south because that heat wave broke down. I mean, if you remember, the first couple of days of October were very warm. Now we're seeing the exact opposite. We're seeing cool conditions, and we could see even more cooler conditions. So yeah, guys, this is very, very interesting. If you look at the European only runs twice a day. So, it's not really updated, I guess, if you will. It's 8 o'clock in the afternoon. The last time it ran was 8 hours ago. Still, though, it agrees with the GFS, which I'm telling you guys right now, that doesn't happen too often. European and GFS always have some sort of difference. Now, they're going to have difference of the placement of the storm, or the placement of the highs or the troughs and the ridges, but then the overall pattern you can see, here's that big trough that's occurring right now, or that will occur after this nor'easter passes through. We get a little bit of warming out ahead of this system on the weekend. Then we see a modest cool down, and then we see potentially a larger cool down, which the European has as well. So we'll have to see what this exactly shows. This could be very interesting. However, it does show a little bit of more warmth for the northeast rather than what the GFS is showing, but generally agreeing that this could be kind of like a pattern of just a progressive pattern. That's what it's called, where we see the troughs and the ridges one after the other, and this is just very interesting. And we could be looking at basically a constant changing weather pattern, but that you may not seem like it would be too prone to cold, because if it goes from hot to cold, that's, no one likes that. But I think it will be more on like that cold, 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 warm, cold, 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 warm, cold, like more cold bias. And sometimes even if we get the cold and hot like abruptly, then that's just a classic recipe for a large storm, a large nor'easter, a large system across the Great Plains, a panhandle hooker. I mean, there's a lot of these storms that could form from these contrasts. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider liking the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you all guys on the next episode. See ya.